Hey, welcome to the Nick and Nick podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Royalty Roofing and Siding. Crown your home and your commercial property with royalty. I'm your host today. My name's Nick P., and we have a special guest with us on the podcast. I'll be introducing him in just a second. But thanks for joining us on the Nick and Nick podcast today. Our guest today is are you a best-selling author or just an author?
Just an author.
Just an author. He is a real estate investor. He's a mentor. He's a coach. He is none other than Freddie Boom Boom Tischauer.
Whoa.
Freddie Boom Boom Tischauer. How do you pronounce your last name?
Tischauer. You did great.
Tischauer. What kind of last name is that?
It's a name, German.
German.
Yes.
So can I call you Freddie Boom Boom Tischauer? I mean, you're a mover and a shaker when it comes to real estate investing. So I came into contact with you with my son, Mason. We had the opportunity to sit down and talk about, some of the systems and strategies that you have used in your own life and you actually used in many other people in terms of mentoring and coaching that they've used and successfully initiated, started, scaled, and built a portfolio as it relates to real estate investing. Am I accurate in saying that?
You do such a great job that I'm going to hire you to be my marketing person, actually. How's that sound?
Yeah. Well, you've been doing it for a little bit. I think a little over 4 decades. Right now, are you still with Berkshire as your...
Yes, I'm Berkshire Hathaway. Actually, we'll tell you how old I am. I started when I was 21.
Mm-hmm.
I've been doing it for 53 years.
Right. And you're a immigrant from South America?
Uruguay. Yeah.
Where's Uruguay?
That's right. And close to, next to Brazil, Argentina.
Oh, wow. So how many languages do you speak? Before we got on the set here, he was just speaking to somebody, I think.
Spanish. English, Spanish.
Okay, just the 2 languages.
German.
German? Okay.
I'm saying German. Fluent, but not.
Yeah, just enough to be able to carry.
You can understand most everything.
Yeah. So best-selling author, we'll call you a best-selling author just for the sake of, let's tell some of the best information in Omaha and around the country. One of the books that you're selling or that you have written and authored is Flip or Hold, The Road to Gold. Flip or Hold, The Road to Gold. It's a treasure map. It's a treasure map to real estate investment riches for new investors, not for a seasoned investor, but a new investor. So you have a passion about helping people initiate the real estate investment process and then help them scale it. And you've helped many people scale to multi-million-dollar investment portfolios.
Right.
Second book, and I just found this out today, you've written 4 books. I got 2 here. There's 2 that I don't know about, but maybe you could share with us after this one.
Well, I'm going to give you 2 as a gift.
Okay, that'd be awesome. The second one that I want to introduce to our audience today is called Follow the Golden Brick Road. It's the ultimate path to real estate wealth building, retirement income, and financial freedom, written by Freddie Boom Boom Tischauer.
Yeah, I like it.
And now you also have 2 other books that I wasn't aware of, didn't have the opportunity to read, but I did get through these prior to this podcast. So what are those 2 books?
One is written specifically for real estate agents. It's called Clients for Life.
Clients for Life?
To find how to grow with them.
Okay.
It's really the only book that is written with a real estate agent in mind, primarily because as an industry, sad to say, most real estate agents don't even invest themselves. Yet they try to work with investors, tell them, I don't know what they tell them to get them excited. And so that's a real failure of this industry, that we're not really training real estate agents how to work with investors. Why? The big thing is, why should someone be investing in real estate? A lot of people don't know. Even people that want to invest, they really don't know why they should be investing.
Right.
It's primarily for 3 reasons: create wealth, retirement income, financial freedom.
Yes.
Then there's also the benefits that goes along: cash flow, appreciation, principal reduction, and tax benefits.
Okay.
So then a package is really the reason that people should be investing in real estate.
Right.
It's not just for playtime. It's one of the best business to own.
But you're saying the reason why you wrote that book is for real estate agents that are just doing real estate, selling homes as an earned income strategy rather than as an investment, a wealth creation strategy.
Right.
2 different things.
2 different things.
Yep.
And what agents don't understand is 60% of all the real estate, I'm talking about commercial, industrial, apartments, you know, storage units. 60% of all the investments are in the space from 1 to 4 units.
Okay.
So that is compatible with what clients and agents will work with. People like you,
Mhm.
for example.
Yes.
See, probably the real estate agent sold you the house never talked about, hey, Nick, what are you going to do for your retirement?
Right.
And have you thought about investing in real estate for these reasons?
No.
My
To
guess,
answer the question, no, that none of them have.
my guess is probably you would say, hold on, tell me more about it,
Right.
just like I did when we met.
Right.
And so that's the challenge that industry has.
Right.
We're not preparing real estate agents to work with clients from all walks of life.
Mm-hmm.
Every client that is a homeowner that they help buy or sell a house becomes an amazing prospect because the assumption is that everybody needs real estate.
Mm-hmm.
Some need it for cash flow,
Mhm.
some need it for tax benefits. So everybody needs real estate. The question is, real estate agents really don't know their clients very well.
Right.
They think they know them because they know their anniversary, the kids' birthdays, what's
Right.
going to play, but they never ask, hey, what do you think of the economy?
Right.
And I know what you're going to say. I'm concerned about what about the stock market? Do you understand how the stock market works? No. How's your retirement planning?
Right.
Are you prepared for retirement? Do you have enough passive income sources
Right.
to replace your income? So when you start asking people questions, you're not even talking about real estate. You're just trying to prepare them to say, you know what? I never looked at real estate as you explained it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Why would anybody not be interested in real estate if you can help them solve their financial concerns?
So if I'm not wrong, that book, which is titled what,
Clients for life.
is about real estate agents becoming investors in real estate long term to build wealth.
More importantly, that's the secondary. The primary goal of the book is to give agents all the ammunition. The book is a step-by-step guide
Okay.
how to work people like you, how to even pick up the phone and call you
Exactly.
to get you excited, right? To have a coffee meeting.
Right.
So that's what the book's about. It's a step-by-step guide to help an agent if they want to
Right.
keep growing this business. See, with the AI is going to take over real estate.
Mm-hmm.
They will never, ever, ever take over working with investors.
So that works on that direction. Working backwards, your real estate investment mentees and the
Yeah.
people you coach, you
Right.
also encourage them, from my experience,
Yeah.
to get their real estate license. So it goes both ways, correct?
It goes both ways. And I also encourage real estate agents to be their number one best client.
Right. Say that again. What does that mean?
To be their number one best client. That means that it's great to earn a living commission check, but there'll be a day whenever it might happen, whether the market turns, whether they decide to hang it up,
Right.
how are they going to replace their income? That applies to people in the world and in the real world too. How are you going to replace your income? If you don't have a good investment strategy, real estate is the best option to learn. I always encourage people, hey, if you get 10 properties,
Yeah.
as an example,
Mm-hmm.
they'll be worth a few $1,000,000 and generate a 6-figure income.
Right.
There's very few investments that will match that.
How many people are in your portfolio that you coach or mentor that have ran your system and are in that category of people?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot of people. The difference is, unlike social media, where people get up and talk about that they own thousands of units,
Mm-hmm.
they got millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the stuff I don't believe. See, one of the things that people misuse is the word own. When somebody says, how many property do you own?
Mm-hmm.
And I ask the question, how many are paid in full?
Right.
That's when you own something.
Okay.
Because then you have the bank as your partner.
Right.
And most people don't tell the truth how much cash flow they make.
Okay.
They people like to brag because these gurus, I call them gurus online. I really call them gurus in training.
Mm-hmm.
They've been in this for a year or 2, 6 months, and they think they're ready for prime time.
Right.
See, the social media has become a very dangerous situation because the industry has done such a lousy job that the spokespeople for real estate now are these social media gurus, influencers that get away with it,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you got a lot of following. It's like the gospel. And I can tell you one thing, I can sit on anyone's table on a national level.
Right.
When it comes to this space, and I can run the meeting. The difference is I'm a local guy. I'm under the radar. I don't need to let people know what I own, what I don't own, and what I have and don't have. So because I don't think it's necessary, because I'm not trying to sell anything other than trying to be helpful to people.
See, that was my question when we met at Scooters.
Yeah.
Because if you're training real estate investors like Mason, myself, Cooper,
Yeah.
to become real estate agents,
Right.
then what's in it for you?
The satisfaction
There you go.
that I've been leaving a legacy. See, what some people can relate, a lot of agents. I own my success to my first real estate agent 53 years ago. I still remember his name.
What is it?
His name was Jerry
Is
Sakunas.
it still alive?
No. He helped me. He encouraged me to buy a duplex. So I bought a duplex, lived on one side, rented the other side out. Just how simple it is. 3 years later, I sold that duplex. I made enough money. I thought I won the Powerball, but it wasn't that much, but I made enough to be able to have down payment on 3 properties in South Oakland. That's how I got my start in real estate. It's not complicated. People make it too complicated. What I said earlier, these people on
Social
media, they're gurus in training, where they charge a lot of money for information that anybody can find for free.
Right.
And the best bet for anybody said, don't waste your money going to a 3-day seminar to learn nothing that you could put to work in Omaha.
Right.
The best bet is for free. Work with a real estate agent that you trust, that has accomplished what you're trying to do
In that market.
in this market, and you will be a lot better off. We have a lot of good agents in Omaha. A lot of good agents that I hope I had a little part in, just like my agent did.
Sure.
And I can name hundreds
Right.
that even are millionaires because of me.
Right.
And real estate agents.
That's awesome. So that's book number 3.
Yeah.
What's book number 4 that I don't know about?
The Young Investor Blueprint.
Now this is good.
Yeah.
How did I not get this one?
I'm going to give it to you.
Okay.
The Young Investor Blueprint.
I'm not young anymore. I just turned 51.
No. Well, you get
Is that young?
Still young.
But I am retiring next month. So
Well, then you get your license too. Then you could do this. Other people. The Young Investor Blueprint is an amazing book because it's written for 8 to 10-year-old kids.
8 to 10-year-old kids. What inspired you to write a book to kids
Because
about real estate?
number one, there's needed.
Okay.
There's anything out there. There's a lot of books on real estate. My books have received great reviews.
Okay.
And I'm not on the New York bestseller list.
Not yet.
Because I've probably done a lousy job of promoting my books.
We'll get there.
But so the Young Investor Blueprint is a great book for anybody that has a youngster, especially if you're interested, you got grandkids, whatever. That's a great book for them to read, and you get them started at a young age.
Yeah. What are you teaching an 8 to 10-year-old about real estate?
Well, you teach them what does flipping mean? What does buy and hold mean? What is credit?
Probably the same thing you teach a 50
What does
to 40.
What does it mean to be credit worthy? What to look for in a property. How you can improve the value of a property. Things you could do without spending a lot of money. See, the most important thing of anybody, they want to do this as an adult. See, I don't talk about gimmicks, quick fixes. If you're credit worthy, it opens up an entire world. There's a lot of people out there, they're talking nonsense. They talk about you don't need credit, you don't need a job, you don't need anything. To me,
can you define credit worthy?
Probably a credit score around 700.
With and that credit score is impacted by your debt to income ratio.
And see, whatever
Okay.
whatever whatever.
That's the end game is your credit score.
Because
you're referencing credit worthy.
Because number one is bank. It's not going to be too anxious to loan you money, even though they say you've got to show how to buy real estate, even if you file bankruptcy.
Right.
One guy says, "Hey, I went from I was in prison to I filed for bankruptcy, and 3 years later, I'm a millionaire, and I own thousands of units, and my net worth's over 300 million. I don't believe it. What bank's going to loan somebody money when you just file bankruptcy?
Right.
So there's a lot of misinformation, and I blame it on this industry because they're quiet about it.
Right.
You know, owner brokers, national, you know, like even Berkshire Hathaway. I started meeting with the president, Vince Lisi from Omaha.
Mhm.
I don't care what, whether Better Homes and Garden, Remax, none of them even talk about this. This is the stepchild of the industry, working with investors.
Okay.
Yet it's the most powerful thing that you can make an impact
Right.
with. If I can help you
Yeah.
solve your financial problem, help yourself for retirement,
Right.
that's what it's about.
That's a game changer. That's a generation. I mean, you change your legacy, you change your,
Yeah.
your family.
Well, you know, for me personally, I never dreamed
Right.
that I would be in a place. I mean, because Jerry Sakuna, and it's not difficult to become a millionaire in Omaha.
Right.
It's more about blocking and tackling.
Right.
See, what people don't understand, this is not complicated. Guess who makes it complicated? So you can go to a 3-day intensive mastermind seminar and pay $10,000 to learn stuff that you can get on the internet for free or by working with a real estate agent.
It's complicated until you've either done it or are in a relationship with somebody that has done it multiple times.
And the way
It becomes simple.
the way that is difficult is because they don't explain it properly. Here's what it comes down to. You got to find properties,
Mm-hmm.
you analyze them,
I got it. B. What's a B?
then you
Buy them.
buy them, and then you
Fit it up. And then you either sell it or rent it.
there you go.
I got it. That's it. FABFS/R.
So that is it.
So say it again.
Find
it, analyze, buy, fix it up, or either sell or rent.
See, the difference also is that in these seminar people go to, they never ever talk about the role of the real estate agent.
Mm.
The most important person to really, if you're serious about it, is having that real estate agent that will have you back, that you can trust.
Right.
Without the real estate agent, it's very difficult to do. Now, again, these gurus will never talk about because they want them to, they want to be hooked,
Right.
that they need them.
Right.
If someone is doing this, if they live in New York, whatever the hell they live in, they know nothing about Omaha. All they know is about what they read on Zillow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Omaha is Omaha is one of the best places to do this.
Right. Now, and that was the question you had when you walked into this studio today.
Omaha,
one of our project managers said, I've talked to 8 different realtors, and they're telling me that now is not a good time to buy an investment property. And your question was, what did you say?
I said, did they real estate agent you worked with, do they only rent the properties?
And the answer to that was no.
No.
Okay.
So there you go. It's just like going to a family practitioner
Mm-hmm.
when you got heart problems.
Right.
Not every real estate agent
Got it.
is created equal. That's again one of the problems of this industry. You get your license,
Mm-hmm.
and on day one, you market yourself. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest, give me a call. This is a brand new agent.
Mm-hmm.
See, to me, that's wrong. Wrong. You can't help someone if you don't do it yourself.
Right.
You
Can't sell what you don't know.
And then, for example, because all your
Well, now with social media, you can though. You can't sell what you don't.
that's true. That's right.
Because social media makes you.
Unfortunately, social media has created a lot of real estate agents to make them more not wiser than really are when it comes to real estate.
Right.
You know, because they project a good image, they smile,
Right.
they dance, and they engage,
Mm-hmm.
and people say, "Wow," and they say stuff that most people don't even know what kind of question it is to a real estate agent.
Right. So you've mentioned the value in finding the right real estate investment agent.
Oh yeah.
One that knows the area, the community, one that knows the location, one that is you have a personal relationship with. What are some other boxes to check when you're? Why would we check? Why would we consult with you?
Well, one is
Your track record, right?
because number one is I have hundreds of people
Right.
that would vouch for me what I've done to help them.
And a lot of people are just in a lot of real estate agents and whoever are just in it for themselves. They're not looking to actually help other people.
See,
better.
when you ask me a question, why am I doing this?
Yes.
And without giving you a lot of specifics, I don't need
Right.
another commission check.
Right.
My real estate is taking care of my lifestyle.
Right.
So there's no pressure.
Right.
I would rather talk you out of buying stuff than having a real estate agent that just opens the door, knows nothing about construction. I'm not even a home inspector. but I know enough about to tell you, just like I've done with Mason, this is not what you want.
Exactly.
Let me save you the money
Right.
to hire a home inspector.
Yeah. So in your book, you mentioned several times, there's a couple of things that I want to touch on in your book. So one is identifying and understanding in clear detail your big why. You call it your big why or your purpose.
Right.
What do you mean by that?
The big why is primarily, why do you want to do this?
Yes.
See, I always ask people, what is the reason you want to invest in real estate? And I look for certain things. When they start talking about, I'm really concerned if I'm going to have a job tomorrow or not.
Oh, yeah.
Corporate America is not what it used to be. With everything's going on with the pressure of the publicly traded companies, it's all about the bottom line.
Right.
So you could be a 25-year-old amazing person that's done a great job, but if it comes time to let somebody go, you're the one.
Right.
So job security is no longer what it used to be.
Right.
So that's one thing.
So that would be a red flag. They're looking for a paycheck.
Yeah.
Probably not a good, real estate's probably not the right time, or real estate investing is not right for them right now.
It is the right time.
Okay.
Because they need to think about.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
They need to think about what if. See, most people won't think about what if this happened? What if this happened?
Oh.
What happened if you lose your job?
Right.
Do you have enough money saved to maintain your current lifestyle?
Right.
They might say no. What happens if when you retire, you're going to get a Social Security and a little pension? Will that be enough to maintain your current lifestyle? Or are you going to downsize? What are you going to do? So what real estate does exactly that. So you ask me the big why is, why do you want to do this? Hopefully you'll say, I want to do this for my retirement.
Right.
I want passive income.
Passive.
So if something happens, I still have money coming in. I want to invest in appreciating assets. I've got money invested in my 401k and to the work. I really don't understand how the stock market works, but I'm doing it and I don't know why. I'm not comfortable because I don't, the stock market goes up and down, up and up. In real estate, it's pretty much,
that's it.
It goes up. So again, it's much easier. You can buy a house 20% down. There's better strategies. We don't have time to talk about here.
Right.
You can buy a rental property with 20% down. Let's say you buy a $200,000 rental property, costs you $40,000 down payment, 20% down. You can't buy $200,000 worth of stock for $40,000. You got to have $200,000.
Oh.
So for the average person, real estate is a much better option. As a matter of fact, in the stock market, less than 50% of people even invest in the stock market through a lot of these, 401k stuff like that.
Right.
And 1% of people, they're wealthy people. That's where the stock market is. And wealthy people, for example, they know how to, they understand the stock market, and they may not be investing in real estate. So just keep in mind, 90% of all the millionaires they made their money through real estate.
Through real estate.
Yes.
Not the stock market.
Not the stock market.
And why is that?
I don't know why. I don't know exactly why, but it's primarily because of
because it makes sense. Well, you just gave us a $200,000 value for asset for $40,000 down payment. It's not 200 for 200.
No,
that ratio.
Primarily because real estate is much easier to understand.
Yes. Especially when you got somebody like you that's done that.
The average person. So yeah,
100 times over.
So that's the thing, and when you start helping people say retirement, college, what about a college? You've got children, right? How old are your kids? Well, 10, 12, 14 years old. Okay. Do you have a college savings? Do you have a college fund for your children? No, I don't.
Right.
Okay. How are you going to pay for their college? You want to get a loan? That's fine. But see, I put 2 of my kids through
KU,
university to KU by,
flipping.
Flipping and then selling some of the rentals, refinancing, whatever. So 2 kids, no loans, 4 years each.
Right. That's one strategy. Worked well for you.
Yeah, it could work for anybody.
So along those lines, there's a difference between, you call it earned income versus wealth creation.
Right.
2 totally separate.
Earned income, because if you don't work, you don't get paid.
Right. And you're saying you do that. This wealth creation is just something that's constantly in motion and producing while you're earning income, which is what you did.
Yeah.
Because back to my original point, I'm so thankful. Thanks, Royalty Roofing and Society, for hosting this podcast. But this takes me back to that book.
Yeah.
So what now? They don't even know about your Boy Scouts of America executive position that you had. And maybe this is where that book for kids, 8 to 10 years old, came from. That passion, that desire that inspired you to write this book. Because you were what were you at the Boy Scouts?
25 years, almost 25 years.
Doing what though?
I was a high-level executive, worked at the national office, various jobs locally. And then I worked 5 years at the national office as a national associate, national director of community relationships. I traveled the country, worked with all the militaries, different organizations. I was a liaison to service clubs, all the national organization. My job was to get them to adopt Boy Scouts for the local affiliates.
So that's your earned income.
That was my earning income.
And then you're buying and accumulating investment properties while you're earning income. And
while I tell the story, I was never ever threatened if something would happen in my job. The reality is I was making more money
over here
for my rental properties than I was working full time.
Mm-hmm.
See, the nice thing about real estate works for you 24/7. And when today, if you look at, which really breaks my heart, people generally don't want to work for someone else. So they think they've got the idea they can start a business.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at not just to name a few without trying to pick on some, if you got restaurants,
Mm-hmm.
you realize how many restaurants go out of business, they don't even last 3 years.
Tough industry.
82% of most small businesses have to close their doors. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
The lack of cash flow.
Right. The overhead's high.
What's one of the benefits of real estate? Cash flow. Because housing will always be a necessity. If for anybody that's thinking about starting a business, this is the best business start. Housing will always be a necessity. It's a killer idea. It's something the market wants. It's met the test of time. And
there's never a bad time. I read it. I think, is this true? There's never a bad time to invest in real estate.
there's never a bad time to invest in real estate.
No matter what.
No matter what.
The previous 8 agents have told you.
Yeah, because here's the deal. If a tenant pays down your debt, taxes and insurance and expenses, and you're making $100 a month, $200 a month, they are the ones that help you create their wealth. They reduce the principal amount, and whether you make 100 or more, 100 less, that's not going to change much your lifestyle. But as you start seeing 5, 10, 15 years from now, all of a sudden say, wow, this property, in 2009, the average median sales price at Norma was 130,000, as an example. 2024 was almost 290,000. It doesn't mean that house, but all the houses have gone up so much. So all of a sudden, if you look at 130 minus 290, that's about $160,000 in equity. Plus, you got 15 years worth of rents that you've generated. So it's off the chart. See, a lot of times, a lot of people say, well, what happens if I lose money, if the value goes down? What happens? See, this is what people understand. If you bought a house for $200,000, 15 years from now, it never happened. The house is worth $180,000. Are you better off?
Yeah.
See, that's what people don't understand, because you didn't put $40,000 down. So that $40,000 made you $180,000.
Right.
So you can't lose with real estate if you treat it like a business. The biggest mistake people make, they don't treat it like a business. The biggest problem with real estate is this. If people don't understand, the house didn't cause the problem. You caused your own problem by not selecting the right tenant.
You know why? This is from your book. The difference between falling in love with the property versus falling in love with the deal.
Man.
What does that mean?
That means that you make your money when you buy.
Right.
That means that you're not going to live in the property. That means that you don't pay attention to the yard. That means that you don't describe or say, man, those are the most beautiful roses I've ever seen. You go in the house, and I call it the crappier the house looks. That's money, son. I see money in real estate. I should have brought a hat. Lucky me, I see money in real estate.
You got a hat?
I do have. I'll give it to you.
Okay, perfect.
Give it to you.
Okay.
So I see money in real estate. That's what a lot of agents don't see. And if you're not used to this, I always say, I've been to houses where there's a raccoon. You open the bathroom, there's a raccoon looking at you.
You're showing the house.
I've seen tubs where there's a dead bat or something. I've seen a lot of stuff.
Right.
I mean, I just went to a house yesterday. I see a house where you got make sure you don't step on stuff.
Right.
So, and that's money signs all over
Mhm.
because the only person who's going to buy that is someone they can see right through,
Mm.
So, and that's what I'm good at.
Other people walk through the same house and see red flags.
No,
they see hazardous and they see caution, and you're seeing dollar signs.
What they'll do is some people say, let's go. Oh my God, let's not even going.
Right.
It could be some agent that even say that, not to badmouth it. People know,
Right.
people know that that's the truth.
So never a bad time
Never a bad
for a real estate investment,
Never.
but never a good time to hire an inadequate real estate agent.
Well, you know what? Look, give the benefit of real estate agents. The majority are very honest, working people, but sometimes they've got to stay in their lane.
Yeah.
I would not, I would team up with somebody that if they're looking for an industrial building, I know nothing about it, but I will find a real estate agent. And if you're looking for a particular building I know nothing about, I'm still going to be there,
Yeah, as a liaison.
but I'm going to have someone that specializes in that. And that's what a lot of real estate agents don't pay attention.
Try to be a jack of all trades. Really matters.
They say, I'm looking for a commission check. I don't want to share an $8,000 commission check and get 4.
Mm-hmm.
While I'm going to,
not that one's right or wrong.
Yeah,
not that one's.
I'm going to hope that the client doesn't ask me tough questions.
Right.
Because I may not know the answer.
Right. So back to the Boy Scouts then. So are you going to bring that book product into their system, the Boy Scouts, and start teaching it in that system? What was your vision for that as it relates to the book for kids?
No, I was just.
I figured out. I assumed it was inspired by your time at the Boy Scouts.
Well, it's not necessarily was inspired by, is because I felt that a lot of kids today, you're not, in school, they're not teaching about the free enterprise system. They don't know much about investing in real estate or anything at all. If their parents maybe are involved, they may know. I can remember my daughter Kelly. She works with me now. She used to go with me when I was fixing up his rental properties, and she'll tell you that. So I got my good friend Sean, he grew up in real estate. His father and his mother had lab rental properties, so he used to go. But a lot of kids today don't.
Right.
And that's a great thing to teach the kids. And you're going to mow the yard. I'm going to give you $20.
You're going to sand the floor. You're going to pull on top of that.
Yeah. So you teach kids now. So when they get of age, they'll know. Real estate is not complicated.
Right.
The only people make it complicated is those people that are trying to make money
and don't understand.
They're trying to make money from people that see real estate as a way out.
Right.
And that's really it. It's, if I told you in 15 minutes, I can tell you everything you need to get started, you probably would say, come on. You're not telling me the truth. That is the truth. I even had one time a person that came to a referral. I sat down with them, and in 15 minutes, I could talk to you all day about real estate. But here's what you need. Find, analyze, buy, sell, or rent. How do we do that? I'll show you how. Are you creditworthy? If you're creditworthy, I can help you. If not, I'm sorry. I don't want to be disrespectful.
Let's say I'm creditworthy. What's step 2?
Step 2 is, okay,
let's find a house.
Let's line up with a local bank.
Okay.
Get a line of credit.
Okay.
And then if you get a line of credit or if you got cash in the bank, that's very easy to do. Because today, like anything else, cash is king.
Right.
So
step 3. Yeah. Okay. So you got a line of credit.
You got a line of credit.
That was step 3.
And then sit down with them, help them do a business plan.
Right.
Where you want to buy, what kind of properties, what kind of clientele do you have?
And you specialize in the residential properties between 1 and 200,000. Is that correct?
Residential is 1 to 4 primarily, but I go in apartments too. But primarily, I like the housing duplexes.
Okay.
Because they're not really triplexes and fourplexes, and everything's expensive when it comes multi-unit because out there many. Between Norman and Lincoln, there's about 73 total investment properties. Yeah.
Okay.
Some bigger apartments. So there's not much.
Okay. So we found now let's say we found a property.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what?
Now we we
Analyze it, right?
we analyze it.
Which means what? You said in one of your statements in your book was, don't be analysis paralysis or
Right.
whatever. What does that mean?
That means that you can. A lot of people they're afraid because to pull the trigger
Because of
the horror stories they hear. Because they have friends, they
right.
had a bad experience because the tenant trashed the property, and they think they're going to get called at midnight. And basically, the problem is people listen to people they think that they're trying to be helpful.
Right.
They're not.
Okay.
What you got to listen to is a real estate agent. Then you know that you're comfortable enough that he's telling you the truth.
Mm-hmm.
One is because he's giving you examples of the type of properties that he had and the challenges that he had.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people say, how many houses have been trashed by you? Nothing. When last time you evicted a tenant?
Right.
And it's amazing that very rarely that happens.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if the water heater goes off? What happens if you got a business and then there's a blizzard
Mm-hmm.
and your restaurant doesn't make any money?
Right.
What happens when
Mm-hmm.
the people that go to your restaurant to eat, what happens if they fall and hurt themselves? See, if you start thinking about everything that happened
Right.
bad, you never will do anything.
And that's why you say money or wealth can be found on the other side of fear. No risk, no reward.
Right. And the risk is minimized by doing inspections.
Yes.
For example, I think I probably introduced sewer stopwatch inspections. What it is, most agents they may do a home inspection.
Okay. Does that not include the sewer inspection?
No, that's
Oh.
separate. Because just today, one of my clients said the sewer line needs to be replaced.
That's 10 grand, right?
You're right. So what we're going to do is when I get the report, I'm going to go. We had us on the contract. I'm going to go to that agent and say, "Sorry, here's the deal: $10,000. Guy's going to back out, but your seller now is going to have to disclose that there's a problem there."
Oof.
So that's what happens. So then, what does that do for my credibility? It means I've got the person's back,
Right.
because
Right.
you don't recommend a sewer inspection, and the guy
Mm.
buys a house, he fixes it all up,
Mm-hmm.
and then when tenant moved in there
Mm-hmm.
and has a backup,
Mm-hmm.
that's not.
It's not good.
No.
So that's the analysis. And then we buy.
We buy.
Okay.
Basically, then you buy. When you say you buy, that's truly when you basically you have a contract,
Okay.
you sign it,
Yep.
and then we just got ready for the close.
Okay. Then we close. And then we fix it up.
Fix it up, and then
You have guys that do that.
like Mason.
Yeah.
I don't know if you met him or not,
Yeah.
but that's what I do. My job is to be service after the sale. That's when your real work begins. That's how you, as a real estate agent, become valuable part of the team.
But with Cooper, you did before on the setting up a line of credit or finding a way to finance it. So you helped them before the sell.
Right.
And you helped them at the sell. You'll help them at the sell, and then you'll help them after the sell fix it up.
And
then you'll help them decide, should I sell it or should I rent it?
And then my work never stops. I will never turn my back on anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a lot of, and one of the things about when you work with investors,
Right.
guess what else happens?
What?
What a lot of agents miss. They also live in nice houses, and they also buy move-up houses.
Mm-hmm.
Just 2 days ago, we closed on a $1.8 million property in West Shore by an investor that I helped 20 years ago. And now that person.
Did you tell him not to, or did he, like you did Mason, or did you say?
Oh no, he bought small apartments.
Oh, okay.
And now he is a big player. He owns over 1,000 building. He builds apartments.
Mm-hmm.
So that came out of.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell stories after stories, and it just came through investments that they bought. $8 million house. That's what most agents understand. That if I can help you,
Yeah.
you're going to call me when it's time for you to to buy another property.
Or even the first property. That puts the first time home buyer at ease.
Yeah.
In terms of when you have a resource or an asset like yourself,
Yeah.
it just minimizes the risk.
Yeah.
Because you've been there, done that, jumped through all the hurdles, know all the pitfalls.
Like I always tell people this. I'm putting myself, even with Mason, I'm a lot old, like they're my kids.
Mm-hmm. Mason, Gino.
I would not,
Right.
I would feel horrible.
Right.
It may sound like, come on.
Right.
Because I take things personally. I would feel really bad if they bought a rental property from someone else, as an example, and now they're stuck because they don't have the money to do the sewer line.
Mismanage it, yeah.
So,
and I think part of that, from what I understood in your book about, a lot of those values that you're talking about came from or were derived from your upbringing for one, and then your time with the Boy Scouts for two.
that's what, it's been 25 years since I left.
25? So you were there for 25 and you've been gone for 25?
So, I'm an honor. I'll do my best, do my duty, got the greatest fat law, help out people all the time, keep myself physically strong, mentally, morally safe, trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, to be cheerful, trick to pay, clean and reverent.
So those have translated directly into your.
Well, the ones very obvious: trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly sometimes. That's
That's debatable.
Courteous, kind, obedient, brave. A lot of stuff applies. Trustworthy, loyal, but loyalty works both ways. See, I choose who I work with, not the other way around.
Based on what?
Based on if we're going to be a good fit.
Okay, how do you determine that?
I interview. I ask them questions.
Is that what we did at Scooters the other day?
Well, kind of a little bit. I ask them, and I could tell that we're going to get along just fine. But maybe if you would have been something would rub me wrong about you, probably wouldn't have.
Yeah,
I would say, Mason, I want to keep working with you, but your dad, I think, will drive me crazy. and I've said that too.
Right.
So that works both ways. See, loyalty that means that you are going to do right by me.
Yeah,
I'm going to do right by you.
And is that spelled out clearly or is that just a?
Oh no,
it's
just a conversation.
Just to shake your hand.
Oh yeah, conversation.
It's just a.
Some agents think they got to have protection. They got to have them sign all kinds of papers. At any time, if you're not happy, I don't want to work with you.
Right.
And vice versa.
Right.
We don't need this. I've got clients. My best example, when I worked for the Boy Scouts, he was a vice chancellor at UNO. We were I was trying to get him to do some programming for high school kids. And I don't know how the conversation came up about real estate. As a matter of fact, he is 86 years old now, and I'm going back to 1980. So he was my longest client.
Wow.
And it brings tears in the eyes. He said, Fred, without your help, we would not be able to enjoy our retirement.
How many times have you heard that?
Well, he's a lot of time, but not in retirement.
Right.
That's only time.
So he started late?
No, he was 1980. I don't know. He's in 1980. So that's what, 45, 80? That's 45 years ago. So I don't know. He's like 86. So he probably started, I don't know.
So somebody like myself, I've been self-employed from the get-go.
Yeah.
I don't have this built-up retirement.
Right.
And 401ks that the company's been matching for the last 30 years.
So
is there hope for me?
I'll put it this way. I'm very confident that if we get along, work well together, that in 15 years, you will be very happy.
Okay. How old are you?
I am 74.
Plus 15, 80.
I'm 74. The truth is, going on about 28.
Okay.
Got lots of energy.
Yeah, but that's because you go to bed at 5 o'clock at night and
Yeah,
you get up at 2 in the morning or something like that.
But I have lots of energy. And when people say, when are you going to retire? I say, for what?
Right.
I can work. I can pick and choose what I want. And I love real estate. What can I say? Some people are addicted to certain things that are harmful. My addiction of real estate.
Okay. What facet of real estate are you addicted to?
To what I do.
What facet of it?
There would be
Impact, financial.
well,
What's fulfilling you in
right
this
now.
venture?
Right now is being able to create friendships with people and help them put their vision that we put together into practice.
Yeah.
And I've got so many people from all walks of life that we become friends. I mean, not, necessarily going out so different, but I've got a lot of friends in real estate, high powered people. And I've helped so many people that we get along just great.
Right.
And one of the things about working with investors, they don't create any demand on their time. See, when you work with I call them, people with a lot of money. Sometimes they're kind of spoiled and they talk down to you. They think like
value.
yeah, and like I work with people that they don't create any demands on my time. They listen, they trust me, and I'm their friend, and I'm their advisor.
The mentor,
and I help them become a millionaire at the same time, and it works out great.
That's awesome.
And that's a good story. My dad came to this country when he was older. My dad was a blazer, went to trade school in Germany, but my dad from 1963 to 1974 made a grand total of $65,000.
63 to 74 were 10 years.
Made $65,000
in the States or
right here.
Okay.
So that made a huge impact.
In what way?
In what way that the only way that you're going to get ahead is to create your own breaks. And the American dream is alive for people that are willing to work hard, not looking for quick fixes and gimmicks. The best lesson I learned from my parents is hard work. Be ethical and do the right thing.
Right. So that takes me to my next question, maybe my last one. You guys are going to love this story, but
why just keep going?
Okay, we keep going. Well, then I'll do two questions, but I have to know.
You have to bring dinner.
I have to know this. Can you please disclose this? Who was the family member that told you that you were going to be in jail and you weren't going to amount to anything? And where did that story come from?
That is a true story, but still kind of don't want to disclose that.
Okay, so then how did that inspire you? Because that was when you were 12.
One is, for example,
because that's what it takes.
when I came here, I didn't know any English.
Right.
I was 12 years old.
Right.
And, I was somewhat, I had good friends, but I was kind of influenced sometimes by the wrong crowds. And the biggest thing is, I used to get in trouble at school a lot, to the point where literally I had a chair reserved at the principal's office because I used to go there quite a bit. Part of it is, I think I got more classified as a little clown. I was hyperactive, couldn't sit still. So, of course, my mom didn't know any English, so this family member had to be the interpreter. And that's what she told my mom, that I was going to end up in jail because I was kind of on the borderline, kind of a delinquent. So that inspired me a lot because I never ever wanted to embarrass my parents. So that gave me the ammunition,
some fuel,
that I would never ever disappoint my parents. And so I never forgot that. And I was in sports too, and I was a good soccer player. And a lot of people,
football, right?
a lot of people don't know, but I was the original soccer style kicker in the state of Nebraska.
Say that again.
But the original soccer style kicker in the state of Nebraska.
For the university?
No, it started when I was in 9th grade.
Okay.
In junior high school, by accident from a friend of mine. So then I got a scholarship to UNO. I don't think I would have gone to college.
For kicker?
Kick for 4 years.
Okay.
And I also kicked with,
What were you kicking back then? Let's see how good you were. How
you
many
know
balls?
what? Here's the deal. I had a hell of a lot of power for now that we 140.
You put your whole self in?
Yes, I had a lot of power. But keep in mind that there's no coaching.
Yeah, you're just raw talent.
So I was erratic, but I had a lot of power. As a matter of fact, I held most of the records for 30 years. I mean, I wasn't like, I think the longest field by you or no at that time was 48 yards.
Oh, really?
But then, I had a couple of little tryouts. But then the Omaha Mustangs, when I was reunion here, was a semi-pro team in Omaha. I kicked for them for 3 years.
Okay.
Now my record will never be broken, but there's no team anymore.
What was the distance?
That was 51 yards.
51 yarder?
Yeah.
Was it game winner, game on the.
No,
What's the story? Was this just a random kick in practice?
No, I was in a game.
Okay.
I never lost a game. I did miss a few, but never lost a game.
Okay.
So I was a much better consistent kicker. But I wasn't, like I said, had I been around today, there was no doubt,
Right.
it would be totally different because the mechanics, like the Tichauer,
Yeah.
I'm like you got to.
And the technology and I'm sure the football's a different thing.
Oh, they got shit. Was different. So that's my gave me the drive to make something of myself.
Yeah.
And I did. My mom and dad would be very proud of me.
Right.
Writing. Who in the hell would think you'd be writing 4 books on real estate when you got a degree in recreation from UNO?
I've written 1 book and that was a lot of work. I can't imagine 4 books.
Yeah.
That had to be a ton of work.
Yeah, you're doing bits and pieces, but at the end of the day, I think I got a great story.
Right.
That people just believe what I tell them, that anybody, if you got good credit, if you follow my lead, I will help you become a millionaire.
And the bottom line, and like what you told me off camera before this is, I mean, you can't take what you know about real estate investment. I mean, you could take it to the grave with you because you're not good. Freddie Boom Boom's not going to be around forever.
No,
You could take it to the grave with you, or you could share what you have and live
and that's what
fourth quarter of your life.
Yeah, I think if real estate agents start thinking about what kind of legacy do you leave behind,
Yes.
and to me, I just hope that there'll be a day where when I'm long gone, that they'll say nice things about me.
Right.
That maybe I'll just decide to wake up and see when the hell's really talking. And then who's saying bad things about me? I'm not. I'm a straight shooter. You're not going to see me be a rah-rah. You're not going to see me smile a lot.
What are you going to rah-rah on social media when we get your platforms up?
Probably not.
Okay, it's going to be you.
I'm going to be shoot straight. I'm going to give a message. I'm going to give a message that you take it for what it's worth.
Right.
If you want to get to where you want to go, I will be. Now, this is a pretty bold statement, though.
No.
I will be your fastest path to help you accomplish your financial goals.
Bar none.
Bar none.
Okay. Tell our audience that.
I will be your fastest path to help you accomplish your financial goal. Bar none. With that, as a matter of fact, let me say one more. 123%. Even more. No, I'm confident.
Yes.
Because I've done it.
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
It's reproducible.
Yeah, it's not hard.
Right.
So, I don't know. Hopefully, people get something out of this.
I appreciate your time. There was a ton of information here.
Too much. I want to get a copy of this.
Oh, yeah, you will.
So we could cut it in bits and pieces.
We'll do that.
So
I really appreciate it.
Maybe I'll get you to help me.
Right. And on a personal level, thanks for your impact on Mason Gina's life, Cooper's life, and in my life. So I look forward to
what
relationship we're building.
Things just kind of work themselves, and you start as strangers,
right?
And then you become friends,
right?
Just like I want to be your friend. Because it put my back, started bothering me.
Sitting on this couch.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Freddie Boom Boom. Say your last name again. Tischauer.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Royalty Roofing and Renovations, for sponsoring the podcast, the Nick and Nick podcast. We'll see you next time. Thanks.
How long was that for?